Ma'am, I have a doubt.
हाँ आदित्य बोलो।
मैम बोथ राय का मैम मीनिंग एक बार बता दो, राय का।
किसका?
मैम राय का, राय, WRY।
Rai basically means it's basically a culmination of a sense of disappointment. At the same time, it is kind of there is a weird humor in it. Like when you have when you're going through a certain kind of a pain, ठीक है, तुम्हें एक ऐसा सिचुएशन इमेजिन करो जिसमें तुम्हें बुरा भी लग रहा है, रोना भी आ रहा है, एट द सेम टाइम हंसी भी आ रहा है. That kind of a situation is what Rai is. I think I had given you an example कि Rai basically can also mean it's a sense of disappointment जो पहले से कम हो गया है. It is, you can remember it, you don't feel it as much now, but it is still there. And that is what is weird about it. If you get hurt, आज तुम्हें उस चीज का पेन अभी नहीं हो रहा है, ठीक है, unless someone pokes it. But वो पहले से कम हो गया है, the disappointing feeling, the hurt, the pain, whatever, लेकिन it is still there. That exactly is what is the meaning of that word. Both Rai, as in both of them, the mother and the daughter, both both are kind of like overwhelmed by these emotions, by the concept of loss. ठीक है, जो काफी पहले से कम हो गया है लेकिन अभी भी है, it is still there. Any other doubt?
But
Adit?
ma'am,
हाँ बोलो.
then what is the difference between Rai and Labor Days? Ma'am, Labor Days also means the same as Rai.
Yeah, labored is also means the same thing. ठीक है. Rai basically means कि the situation itself is very weird. The situation, the concept of the situation is very weird. Something that is still there, but less than before. Labored is like both are Rai with the labored ease of loss. As in Rai is not working alone. They both have, over time, they have tried to forget something, maybe not exactly forget something with life, with they have moved on, लेकिन वो पेन, वो लॉस अभी भी है. They have put in a lot of effort to ease that pain, लेकिन every time they look at that picture, that photograph, it's like a trigger, and it triggers them into remembering their past. ठीक है, वो काइंड ऑफ दोनों को, दोनों देखो, नॉर्मली व्हेन द मदर और द डॉटर इज देयर, दे आर नॉट थिंकिंग अबाउट देयर लॉस. द डॉटर हैज अ लॉट ऑफ अदर वर्क टू डू. शी इज नॉट थिंकिंग अबाउट हर मदर ऑल द टाइम. नाइदर इज द मदर ऑलवेज थिंकिंग अबाउट हर चाइल्डहुड. ठीक है, बिकॉज शी हैज हर ओन लाइफ, शी हैज हर चिल्ड्रन, शी हैज अ लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स टू डू. बट एवरी टाइम बोथ आर लुकिंग एट द पिक्चर. ये पिक्चर यहाँ पे एक ट्रिगर बन रहा है. ठीक है, this picture, this photograph, that cardboard is like a trigger, and every time they look at it, they are surrounded by a situation jahan pe there is a weird kind of a humor in it. It's a weird situation. They are both disappointed because they both have lost something. They both can remember that pain, but over time वो pain पहले से कम हो गया है. But every time they are thinking of it, of course they are pained, but they are not, maybe they are not crying now. जब वो पहला बार वो pain हुआ था, the way they were crying, or the way they were coping with their loss, वो अभी नहीं है. But that sense of hollowness, sense of वो loss, वो जो उनके minds में, उनके heart में एक hollowness हो गया है, वो section अभी भी है. ओके, सार्थक कुछ बोलना है?
No, ma'am.
ओके, यू हैड रेज्ड योर हैंड इसीलिए. हाँ आदित्य बताओ.
Ma'am, मतलब, and the pain was eased over the time.
या द पेन हैज बीन ईज्ड ओवर द टाइम. और वो ईज नेचुरली नहीं हुआ है. दे हैड टू पुट इन एफर्ट टू ईज दैट पेन. what effort do you think they have put in? Just like, this is not a part of the text, but just imagine.
I don't know.
Like, for a person to forget their childhood, what effort do you have to put in? You don't have to put in much effort. You have to just become busy in your work. Every time you're thinking of something, तुम वो picture देख के तुम सोच रहे हो, तो वो picture को हटा दो and you get busy in your work. And how did the daughter put in the effort? Yeah, too
मैम
busy.
एक बार वापस बोल दीजिए, कुछ नेटवर्क इशू आ गया था।
नेटवर्क इशू आ गया था। ओके, तुम क्या सुने हो सिद्धांत अब तक?
लेबर डीश वाला जब आदित्य ने बोला था।
ओ, वो क्वेश्चन तक ही बस सुने हो?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, basically what I was saying is that both Rai with the labored ease of loss का यही मतलब है कि they are in a situation where both of them are at a very अजीब एक weird situation where they are disappointed with what they have lost. They are disappointed that they are not getting that thing. At the same time, वो pain, the pain that was once fresh has over time ease हो चुका है, ठीक है, over time कम हो चुका है. But every time they are looking at that picture is like a trigger. It triggers them and they both start thinking about their past. Both have lost something. Both have tried to forget it. Over time they have moved on, and they have actually moved on. But that trigger, that photograph, every time they look at it again, it kind of brings them back to that time jab they remembered their loss. Ye loss is something they haven't very easily moved on. They had to put a lot of effort to ease their pain, to ease their loss. It is not something jo naturally with time khatam ho gaya hai. They had to at times just stop everything else and try to get into some kind of a job, some kind of a work, ताकि उनका pain कम हो जाए. They did try to put in effort, और ये effort के कारण ही उनका pain, उनका loss आज easy हो गया है. It is easy now, but it is still there. It hasn't completely vanished. जैसे मे बी इन अनदर 20, 30, 40 years वो पेन वैनिश हो जाएगा, ठीक है. 100% कभी वैनिश नहीं हो सकता है, बिकॉज इफ यू हैव लॉस्ट समथिंग, इफ यू लव समबडी, यू कैन नेवर फॉरगेट दैट पर्सन. द मदर इज नो लॉन्गर देयर, सो इट्स ओनली द डॉटर. Every time the daughter will look at that photograph, she will remember her mother, and it will pain her. She will be afraid, she will be pained, but वो पेन पिछले बार जब वो पिक्चर देखी थी उससे कम हो जाएगा. कम क्यों होगा? बिकॉज देयर वर्क एंड एवरीथिंग विल समहाउ लेसन, जिसे हम कहते हैं ईज अप द पेन. दे आर बिजी इन देयर वर्क एंड दैट विल काइंड ऑफ easy their pain. समझ आया आदित्य?
Yes, ma'am.
Is this clear?
Ma'am, what is the meaning of paddling?
Paddling is basically जैसे तुम अगर if you are going out for a boat ride or something, बोट में देखना पैडल्स होते हैं, ठीक है. या साइकिल भी जब चलाते हो देखना तुम पैरों को बहुत ऊपर उठाते हो एंड देन यू ब्रिंग इट डाउन. द सेम एक्शन you do when you're walking in water. When you're walking in water तुम नॉर्मली चल नहीं पाओगे. तुम्हें पैरों को ऊपर उठाना है वेव्स के ऊपर तक, मतलब जितना भी तुम पानी में चल रहे हो, एंड देन यू हैव टू ब्रिंग इट डाउन. That action, like paddling a cycle or something, is called paddling. ठीक है. वो पैरों को यूनिफॉर्मली ऊपर उठा के नीचे रखना, उसे पैडलिंग कहते हैं. Any other?
Okay, ma'am.
Anybody else? Anybody else?
Ma'am, I have a doubt.
हाँ
Ma'am,
बोलो.
what is this mean, ma'am? Silence, ma'am. There is written in the last line.
The last section na, silence, it's silence, silences.
Yes, ma'am,
Basically,
but
हाँ बोलो.
मैम ये इस पोएम से क्या डिनोट करता है, मतलब क्या बताना चाहते हैं?
इस पोएम में क्या डिनोट कर रहा है? बेसिकली वो बोल रही है ये जो सर्कमस्टेंस जो क्रिएट किया है, ठीक है, ये जो क्रिएट हुआ है, द सर्कमस्टेंस ऑफ हर लुकिंग एट द फोटोग्राफ, रिमेम्बरिंग हर मदर. नाउ शी हैज बीन अफेक्टेड बाय हर मदर्स डेथ. Like she has lost her mother, she has been affected by her mother's death. But do you think she has always been thinking about it? She hasn't always been thinking about it. But every time she looks at that photograph, it overwhelms her with emotions. वो उसे इतने emotion से भर देता है कि she, for that minute, she's not able to talk. She cannot tell anybody in words कि उसके mother का death उसे कितना affect किया है. She cannot tell, explain नहीं कर सकती है शब्दों में कि how much she has been affected by her mother's death. And as because of that photograph जिसमें उसकी mother है, उसकी mother silently smile कर रही है, that fills her with so much of emotions कि वो speechless हो जाती है. That minute she is maybe only crying. She's not able to do anything else. She is quiet. That photograph का जो silence है वो उसे भी completely quiet कर देता है. Because she has absolutely no words to explain or say anything. At that moment, maybe she is only sitting and crying. Or maybe she is smiling, she's remembering her mother. सब एक साथ हो रहा है. पूरा emotions एक ही साथ उसके अंदर it's moving around her. ठीक है?
Okay, ma'am.
Did you understand the it's silences?
Yes, ma'am.
Like the silence of the photograph, उसके अंदर it creates a silence. She's not able to say anything because it overwhelms her with emotions. Anyone else? Anything else? Anybody else? Any other doubt? Okay. So I was asking, many of you live with your grandparents, right? Please give me a raise of hands जो अपने grandparents के साथ रहते हो. आदित्य, क्षितिज, प्रभाकृत, अभिषेक, अंकित, हर्ष. ठीक है. शफाक. Okay. Now tell me, I think most of you have lived with your grandparents all your life. From the time you were born, maybe. तब से you have seen your grandparents. Is it true, Ankit?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Adit?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now tell me, now that you have lived with your grandparents all your life, just tell me one thing. Has your relationship changed over time? Okay, all those who raised their hand, first tell me, how many of you have working parents? Both your parents work. क्षितिज, प्रभाकृत, प्रभकृत, तुम्हारे दोनों पेरेंट्स काम करते हैं. अंकित, तुम्हारे भी?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So both your parents work and you live with your grandparents. So kind of you have a dependency on your grandparents. You have depended on your grandparents a lot of for a lot of things. जैसे सुबह में भी नाश्ता से लेके स्कूल से वापस आके खाने का, खेलने का, everything you used to kind of depend on your grandparents for. Am I right? Like, am I going in the right direction? Yes, प्रभाकृत, कुछ बोलना है? Okay. So now tell me, all those who have lived with your grandparents and you kind of have depended on your grandparents, when you were 5-year-old or 6 years old, and now you're around, I think 16, 17, most of you. So has your relationship changed? Has your relationship changed with your grandparents? या अभी भी वैसा ही है, same है? Anybody? Anybody? Adit? Ankit?
Yes, ma'am.
Has your relationship with your grandparents remained the same or has it changed a bit? over time. Like imagine you when you were 5-year-old or 6-year-old and now when you're 16 or 17, तुम्हारा relationship grandparents के साथ same है या थोड़ा बदला है?
Ma'am, it's same.
It is the same. Ankit?
थोड़ा इंटरेक्शन कम हुआ है, मतलब कि
थोड़ा
जैसे
इंटरेक्शन कम हुआ है, क्यों? क्योंकि बचपन में you totally depended on your grandparents. Every time तुम स्कूल से वापस आते थे, you would tell them about your entire day before going out to play with friends, or you would play maybe with your grandparents and all. But now that you are in 11, I'm sure तुम लोग पढ़ाई कर रहे हो. As you're the grooming batch, तुम्हें पढ़ाई करना चाहिए. So I expect तुम लोग सब पढ़ाई कर रहे हो. And now that you're working, you're studying so much, interaction पहले से definitely कम हुआ होगा. अभी लॉकडाउन का टाइम अलग है, but once the lockdown is over and most of you are already Fijians, so after school you would be attending the classes. या तुम weekend batches के हो या तुम रामानुजन पानिनी या रामानुजन सुप्रीम वाले बच्चे हो. So you know, तुम almost Fiji में you have spent 4 to 8 hours of your day, right? Right?
यस
Some of you had school, some of you did not have school, but फिर भी तुम approximately 4 से 8 घंटा तुम बाहर रहे हो. तुम रात को 7 से 8 घंटा सोते हो, and बाकी time, whatever time is left, the intermediary approximately 8 to 10 hours, उसमें तुम एक substantial amount of time तुम पढ़ाई करते हो. At least पढ़ाई करना चाहिए. So maybe the only time you're properly interacting with your grandparents is during dinner. Am I right? I might be wrong also because मैं ये generally ले रही हूँ.
Yes, ma'am.
More or less I'm right. तुम्हारा interaction पहले से definitely कम हुआ है. How many of you share a room with your grandparents or grandmother or grandfather? Anybody? None of you. So you all have your individual room in your house. So when you have your individual room, you care about your privacy. Most of the time तुम अपने कमरे में ही हो, right? So तुम्हारा interaction with your grandparents substantially कम हो गया है. When you compare it to a time when you were maybe 5-year-old or 6-year-old, उससे substantially तुम्हारा interaction कम हो गया है. Do you think the love has changed? Anybody? Do you think the love has changed? The love hasn't changed, and the love will never change. But when you look at your grandparents, तुम्हारे life में बहुत कुछ है. You have your studies, you have your friends, you have your social group, you have a lot of things. You have your Facebook, you have your WhatsApp. तुम्हारे पास बहुत कुछ है. लेकिन when you look at your grandparents, उनके पास क्या है? What is the one thing they are always depending on? Prabkrit? बता पाओगे? What is the one thing your grandparents are depending on? This is a general question, कोई भी आंसर कर सकता है.
मैम शायद कि जो हमारा लव है वो भी उनके लिए सेम ही हो.
तुम्हारे grandparents बस एक ही चीज चाहते हैं. That is you. You have a lot of things in your lives. You have your padhai, you have your school, you have your Fiji, you have your friends, you have your group. तुम्हारे खुद का जो group है दोस्तों का या general groups, तुम्हारे पास बहुत कुछ है. तुम्हारे पास तुम्हारा programs है, you want to watch TV or whatever. तुम्हारे parents के life में भी बहुत कुछ है. They have their careers, they have their jobs, they have their household work. उनके खुद के friends है, बहुत कुछ है. लेकिन grandparents are the ones जो depend करते हैं. They don't have a lot of friends. Maybe they don't have a lot of friends. They might have. But generally, they want the family to interact with them. They want to be with you. But due to differences, mainly because of time, because of you don't have the energy left after पढ़ाई करने के बाद तुम्हें अपने grandparents के साथ बैठ के उनके साथ बात करने में उतना energy बचा नहीं रहता है. So that is the reason you are living your own life. But that doesn't mean you don't love them. Of course you love them. You have very fond memories of your grandparents. But your grandparents, have you ever thought they are actually lonely? They start feeling lonely because they have nobody to talk to. They are depending on you and somehow they feel neglected. But do you think तुम्हारे grandparents कभी complain करेंगे? कभी किसी का grandparents complain किए हैं कि तुम मेरे से बात नहीं कर रहे हो, you're not giving me time? Has that ever happened? No. Maybe friends करेंगे ये बात, partners करेंगे ये बात, लेकिन grandparents will never complain or they'll never say a single word. That is the love that they have for you. Maybe you will complain for a lot of things. कि ये नहीं हो रहा, ये चाहिए था, I wanted this, I wanted that. They will never complain about anything. Now that is the beauty of having grandparents. The chapter we'll start today, The Portrait of a Lady, is basically Khushwant Singh's portrait or the way he has picturized his grandmother. When we start reading the chapter, we'll see that this is a story of acceptance, of innocence, of love, of selflessness. At the same time, it's a story of distance and deterioration in a relationship. कोई भी relationship हमेशा same नहीं रहता है. Some relationships, most relationships have to face the test of time. कभी relationship अच्छा रहता है, कभी उसमें problem होता है. कभी भी एक इंसान के कारण relationship खराब नहीं होता है. It's a two-way street. लेकिन there are some people who will never complain. Grandparents are such people. And through this chapter, we realize कि the writer, that is Khushwant Singh. Have you all heard of Khushwant Singh पहले? Does anybody know anything about Khushwant Singh?
No, ma'am.
नहीं सुने हो पहले? Khushwant Singh is basically he's one of India's foremost writers, and most of his write-up is autobiographical. You know what an autobiography is? खुद के life के बारे में लिखना, ठीक है? Most of his write-up is autobiographical. ये वाला भी autobiographical है, but it is mainly what we call a biography. You know what a biography is? Anybody? What is a biography?
The story, life of a person.
Yeah, it is basically the life of another person. It is basically when you start writing about somebody else. This particular chapter जो तुम पढ़ने वाले हो, इसे हम perfect biography नहीं कहेंगे, perfect autobiography नहीं कहेंगे. It's a combination. Where the writer Khushwant Singh, वो अपने बारे में लिखा है. He is the narrator, but he has mainly written, kind of given a sketch, a biographical sketch of his grandmother, about the kind of person she was. And जब हम ये पढ़ेंगे, we'll realize that Khushwant Singh, no matter he is like when he is writing this, he is quite old. ठीक है? The way he has written it, kind of he has shown the childlike innocence जो एक child में होता है when it comes to their grandparents. There are many people, ठीक है? Like if you have seen your grandparents from, like if you are kind of that innocent as a child, he starts by saying that he just can't believe that his grandmother could ever be young and pretty, because वो idea ही उसके दिमाग में आ ही नहीं सकता है. Because since the time he was born, he has seen his grandmother as an old woman, and thus he imagines her to be always have been an old woman. कि वो कभी बच्ची रही होगी, she must have been a young and pretty woman, she must have married a person, इसीलिए उसके parents and ultimately वो आए. लेकिन वो ये सब बात मानेगा ही नहीं. उसके लिए उसकी grandmother is an old woman, and he looks at her very fondly. Kind of he has elevated her to a godly figure. You know what a godly figure is? You know what a godly or a saintly figure is? Anybody? Anybody? Ananya? Amarjit?
We see them like a god.
You start seeing a person like a saint or a god. ठीक है? Somebody जिन्हें तुम बहुत ज्यादा रिस्पेक्ट करते हो और तुम उन्हें एलिवेट कर देते हो. You put them on a pedestal and you can't imagine them of doing something like ordinary human beings. जैसे ordinary human beings, everybody has a lot of flaws, everybody has a lot of good. When the grandmother would tell the grandchild stories about her childhood, वो बच्चा मानता ही नहीं था. उसे लगता था कि कैसे हो सकता है, मेरी ग्रैंडमदर तो हमेशा से बूढ़ी थी, एंड हाउ कुड शी गो अराउंड प्लेइंग गेम्स एंड ऑल. वो तो ऑर्डिनरी ह्यूमन बींग्स करते हैं. हाउ कैन माई ग्रैंडमदर हु इज दिस डिग्निफाइड पर्सन, हाउ कैन शी बिहेव इन दिस मैनर. एंड दस काइंड ऑफ बहुत ही ब्यूटिफुली he has expressed his idea about his idea of his grandmother, how he remembers her, more importantly how their relationship it changed through time till the point the grandmother died, and how he still remembers the grandmother as how she is uh, one of the primary characters of his life, one of the most important factors of his life. खुशवंत सिंह grandmother, her name was लक्ष्मी देवी. ठीक है, वो टेक्स्ट में नहीं है, बस ये जस्ट मैं इंफॉर्मेशन दे रही हूँ. एंड खुशवंत सिंह का, एज आई टोल्ड यू, उनका मैक्सिमम राइटअप्स वर बेस्ड ऑन ऑटोबायोग्राफीज, अपने लाइफ के बारे में. एंड ही लिव्ड इन इंडिया एट अ टाइम जब इंडिया पार्टीशन हो रहा था. सो ही हैज ब्यूटिफुली written books before partition and after partition. One of Kushwant Singh का सबसे famous novel is movie, it's a book called Train to Pakistan, जिसका I think एक movie भी बना था. ठीक है, it's called Train to Pakistan. It's extremely famous. Can you all see the screen that is being shared?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
I hope most of you have the text either in a PDF formation or you have the text as a hard copy. I hope most of you have it. ठीक है. My grandmother, like everybody's grandmother, was an old lady, was an old woman. She had been old and wrinkled for the 20 years that I had known her. People said that she had once been young and pretty and had even had a husband, but that was hard to believe. Now the child is saying this even though he has seen his grandfather's portrait. It was hanging over their mantelpiece. तब भी he can't believe that his grandmother once was young and pretty and she must have had a husband. ठीक है. My grandfather's portrait hung above the mantelpiece in the drawing room. Can anybody tell me what is a mantelpiece? कौन से पार्ट को mantelpiece कहते हैं? Basically, traditionally, if you have seen English movies and all, देखना जो लिविंग रूम होता है वहां पे एक फायर प्लेस हुआ करता था. ठीक है. फायर प्लेस के ऊपर वाला जो वॉल है उसे मैंटल पीस कहते हैं. इंडियन हाउसेस में यू डोंट हैव फायर प्लेस, बट यू हैव वन वॉल दैट इज योर मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट वॉल, जिसमें यू माइट बी कीपिंग photographs of your families, you might be keeping a wall clock, though that wall is called the mantelpiece. Is that clear? Is that clear?
Can you please repeat?
Hello,
My internet connection was.
Yashaswini, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So basically what I was saying, तुम लोगों को क्या बहुत प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है? How many of you are facing internet connectivity issues? Please raise your hands, all those who are not being able to hear properly. Okay, Siddhant. ठीक है. 4-5 of you are facing internet connectivity issues. अभी let me see अगर पता नहीं इतना प्रॉब्लम क्यों कर रहा है. तुम्हारे वहां प्रॉब्लम है या मेरे तरफ से प्रॉब्लम आ रहा है? एनी आइडिया? Did you guys have any other class today?
No, ma'am.
Okay. अब मुझे बताओ, is it clearer now? Can you hear me clearly?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
अभी better है पहले से?
क्लियर ना
Okay, ठीक है.
Yes,
So, as I was saying, the mantelpiece is the wall above the fireplace. It is the most important wall in the living room. ठीक है. चारों में से जो सबसे मेजर वॉल होता है उसे mantelpiece कहते हैं. ये समरजीत कुछ बोलना है?
No, ma'am.
Okay, then please lower your hand. Okay. So, as I was saying, this child, he couldn't even believe that his grandmother could once be young and pretty, or could have a husband. When he used to see his grandfather's picture, that is the grandmother's husband, वो believe ही नहीं कर पाता था कि that person could ever have children or could be a husband. उन्हें लगता था कि that man, that old man, उनका description दिया हुआ है, can only forever have been a grandmother, could have forever been a grandfather, nothing more. My grandfather's portrait hung above the mantelpiece in the drawing room. He wore a big turban and loose fitting clothes. His long white beard covered the best part of his chest. Look at the word best here. Can anybody tell me ये किस sense में लिखा हुआ है best part? यहाँ पे best doesn't mean best. कोई बोल सकता है ये किस sense में लिखा हुआ है? अभिषेक? आदित्य? Can anybody tell me यहाँ पे best किस sense में लिखा हुआ है?
मैं मार्क कर दीजिएगा.
मार्क कर दूं. Okay. The best here means most. ठीक है? Upper part नहीं exactly Kshitij. It basically means most. Like that man, his grandfather was, he became very old, और ये काफी उनका like this portrait was made when the grandfather was quite old. So he was wearing a big turban, loose fitting clothes, and his white long beard covered almost his entire chest. And he looked at least 100 years old. Of course, he wasn't 100 years old. This is just the child's exaggeration. ठीक है? He thinks the grandfather looked at least 100 years old. He did not look the sort of person who would have a wife or children. He looked as if he could only have lots and lots of grandchildren. As for my grandmother being young and pretty, the thought was almost revolting. Can anybody tell me what do you mean by this thought was almost revolting? Revolting word here means disgusting.
मैम शांति.
क्या हुआ बोलो?
Disgusting.
Basically revolting here means disgusting. So वो जब imagine कर रहा है कि उसकी grandmother young रही होगी, pretty रही होगी, he's getting disgusted because he doesn't want to think her in that way. He has put her in this pedestal जहां वो उन्हें सोच रहा है to be someone who is very saintly, and that person as a saint, you can't imagine that person in any other form. I'm giving you an example. If you have a favorite actor, somebody whom you love and respect a lot, and then you come to know that the person is involved in an accident, yeah, he had alcohol and he killed people or something or the other, देखना, you'll be very disappointed because you will not want him to behave in that way, क्योंकि तुम्हारे दिमाग में एक इमेज है. वो इमेज कौन सा है? उनके मूवीज का इमेज है, जिस मूवीज में he has been a very very good character. And when a person is doing something in real life which is opposing that, देखना, वो kind of it breaks your heart. So for the grandchild, imagining his grandmother to be young and pretty is disgusting. He just can't do that. He doesn't even believe it. उसे लगता है कि नहीं नहीं, सब मेरे से झूठ बोल रहे हैं, ये पॉसिबल ही नहीं है. She often told us of the games she used to play as a child. That seemed quite absurd and undignified on her part, and we treated it like the fables of the prophets she used to tell us. So the grandmother used to tell the children a lot of stories. Most of these stories were stories about God, about the prophets, about animals, and उस type के moral वाले stories हुआ करते थे. She would also tell them about her childhood, कि बचपन में वो कैसी थी, how she would play with her cousins and all those things. Now the child, he wouldn't believe those stories, और उसे लगता था कि ये सब stories basically ये सब झूठ है. All these are made up stories, something very similar to all our fables. You know a lot of fables, animal stories जिसमें कोई moral है. पता है तुम लोगों को वो सब stories तुम लोग पढ़े हो बचपन से? How many of you believe in those? Do you actually believe the animals can talk or something, or them being more moralistic than the human beings? You don't believe those stories. You just listen to them for the moral, you understand them for the moral, but you don't believe those stories. In the same way, the child doesn't believe कि उसकी grandmother भी young रही होगी, she might have been a child, she used to play with her friends and all. Is this part clear? यहाँ तक किसी को कोई प्रॉब्लम है?
एब्सर्ड का मींस क्या हुआ?
Absurd basically means strange, unbelievable, जो चीज हो ही नहीं सकता है, बहुत ही weird. ठीक है? Look at the word absurd and just उसके साइड में लिख लो strange or something that cannot be true. Strange / something that cannot be true. इतना ही weird है कि वो सच हो ही नहीं सकता है.
Ma'am, we treated it like the fables of the prophets. मैं बता दो इसका meaning दोबारा.
Fables of the prophets मैं बता रही हूँ. Fables are basically stories जिसमें moral रहता है. ठीक है? Prophet के stories basically, as you can understand, they are Punjabi. They are six most probably. So they are so the stories which the grandmother is telling the grandchild was mainly about Guru Nanak and all the other gurus. ठीक है? तो देखना, तुम जब भी ये सब टाइप के स्टोरीज पढ़ते हो, इवन द स्टोरीज ऑफ बुद्धा एंड ऑल, कुछ स्टोरीज में तुम बिलीव नहीं करोगे बिकॉज दे आर अ बिट अनरियलिस्टिक, लाइक somebody coming back from the death or dead or something. ठीक है? जैसे जीसस क्राइस्ट की स्टोरीज है, वैसे गुरु नानक की भी स्टोरीज है. So those are the things which normal people will not believe it, but you have a lot of faith, इसलिए तुम उसको believe कर रहे हो. In the same way, like these stories जो तुम्हें भगवानों का स्टोरीज तुम सुन रहे हो, you're not believing it 100%. You have the faith, you're liking it. You have the faith, you trust God, but you don't believe all the stories. In the same way, every time the grandchild would listen to stories of his grandmother's childhood, he wouldn't believe it. He would treat them like fables, like stories, like legends, जो हो भी सकता है लेकिन होने का चांसेस बहुत कम है. ठीक है? Is this clear, Adit?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am, the story of Lion and Mouse.
Story of the Lion and the Mouse. फिर हमारा रामायण का जो स्टोरी है, रामायण का जो एक पार्ट है जहाँ पे we have read the story कि they walked through the water. All the animals and even जो छोटे छोटे squirrels थे, they were the ones जो छोटे छोटे पत्थर फेंकते हुए वो पूरा श्रीलंका तक जो रास्ता बना था. We all have heard of it. We all have a lot of faith in our God. 100% भरोसा है. But how many of you actually believe कि वो है? ये वैसे हुआ था. Do you all believe it?
No, ma'am.
You know, you have 100% faith in God. You know Ram Bhagwan थे or something. ठीक है. But you don't believe कि the animals came and all everybody उन लोग एक country से दूसरा country उन लोग एक ये बनाए. They made a bridge out of stones and the stones were floating and then they passed. That is kind of something जो थोड़ा सा maybe अजीब लग सके. Maybe you believe it if you have 100% faith, but otherwise most people will not exactly believe it. तुम भगवान पे फुल भरोसा रखोगे लेकिन तुम हर चीज को उतना ज्यादा इमेजिन नहीं करोगे. In the same way, he loves his grandmother a lot, respects her a lot, but doesn't believe in stories of her childhood. Is that clear? अभी next para, the entire para जिनके पास books है, please mark कर लो पूरा paragraph और लिखो side में physical description of the grandmother. Very important है ये. जिनके पास books है, can you all hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
जिनके पास books है, please अगला जो para है, she had always से लेके end of that paragraph तक पूरा mark करो and लिखो physical description of the grandmother. This will be a part of a long question जो तुम्हें exam में लिखना पड़ेगा. Now, how the grandmother looked physically, let us see. She had always been short and fat and slightly bent. She was quite old. ठीक है? She must be in her 70s or 80s. Her face was a crisscross of wrinkles running from everywhere to everywhere. So her face was completely wrinkled. No, we were certain she had always been as we had known her. Old, so terribly old that she could not have grown older and had stayed at the same age for 20 years. So basically, when Kushwant Singh is writing this story, he is approximately 2021. Okay? So he just can't believe it. Like he cannot believe his grandmother could ever be young. वो उन्हें बचपन से from the time he was born and since when he realized it, he has seen his grandmother as an old woman. And he imagines her to have always remained an old woman. ठीक है? She could never have been pretty, but she was always beautiful. ये line please underline करो. इसमें से short question आता है. Can anybody explain this line? यशस्विनी, कीर्ति.
मैम वो देखने में सुंदर नहीं थी लेकिन.
हाँ बोलो.
मैम वो.
अमरजीत बोलो.
मैम मतलब उनका मतलब वो इंस्टीड ऑफ फिजिकल चार्म अगर देखे तो.
हाँ ठीक है कीर्ति, वेरी गुड. अमरजीत तुम कंटिन्यू करो.
मैम वो जस्ट लाइक बोलने वगैरह ये सब में अच्छी नहीं थी. उनके गुण अच्छे नहीं थे लेकिन वो सुंदर थी.
उल्टा बोल रहे हो. What is the difference between the word pretty, gorgeous and beautiful? Yes, Riddhi?
Pretty is an attractive looking external appearance.
Exactly. Pretty, gorgeous, attractive. These words are used for our external beauty. When you have good features, good color and all, उसे हम लोग pretty कहते हैं, gorgeous कहते हैं. What is beautiful? Beautiful word कब use किया जाता है? मतलब in the true sense. Beauty word or beautiful word is used for a person's behavior. For the person, how the person is through their hearts and their minds. So the grandmother, he cannot believe that she must have been pretty. He doesn't believe that she is pretty. Maybe वो मोहम्मद कुछ बोलना है साकिब? Okay. So as I was saying, the grandmother, she wasn't physically pretty because the child has never seen the grandmother as a physically beautiful person. But he knows that she is beautiful. How is she beautiful? She's beautiful because of the love that she has, because of her kindness, because of her selflessness. It is her gun, it is her qualities which make her beautiful. The grandmother was extremely religious, बहुत ज़्यादा pious lady थी. She was extremely devout, and that is something जो उनका beauty और enhance करता था. ठीक है? She hobbled about the house in spotless white, with one hand resting on her waist to balance a stoop, and the other telling the beads of her rosary. Basically, the grandmother, she was quite old, and जैसा होता है old age में, you are not able to walk properly. So the old lady, she would hobble around the house. ये जो word है hobble, इसका मतलब है limp करना. You know what limping means? लंगड़ा के चलना. ठीक है? So she would limp around the house. और वो कैसे चला करती थी? उनका एक हाथ उनके कमर में हुआ करता था ताकि वो अपने आप को बैलेंस कर सके, और दूसरे हाथ से वो एक माला जपती थी. द रोजरी हियर इज द माला, जो रुद्राक्ष का माला हुआ करता है ना. देखना, मेनी विमेन, मेनी पीपल, ओल्ड पीपल, वो माला जपते हैं. डज एनीबडी अंडरस्टैंड द कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ माला जपना? क्या होता है एग्जैक्टली? कोई बता सकता है?
मैम जस्ट लाइक भगवान को याद करना.
बेसिकली हाँ बोलो.
मैम जस्ट लाइक भगवान को याद करना, या फिर
हाँ, भगवान को याद करना,
किसी की आराधना करना.
बेसिकली माला जपना.
दिन भर
हाँ,
सोचना.
माला जपना बेसिकली क्या होता है? ये जो रुद्राक्ष का माला हुआ करता है, ठीक है, उस पे देखना 108 बीड्स होते हैं. ठीक है? द ओरिजिनल ट्रेडिशनल वन इज 108 बीड्स होते हैं. एंड एवरी टाइम व्हेन यू आर जस्ट टेलिंग द बीड्स, मतलब तुम एक एक बीड को तुम काउंट कर रहे हो, और काउंट करते वक्त तुम भगवान के नाम ले रहे हो. you're taking the name 108 times. उसे माला जपना कहते हैं. ठीक है? उसी का इंग्लिश
हॉबल्ड का मतलब क्या था?
क्या हुआ बोलो? हॉबल्ड मतलब है लिम्प्ड. हॉबल्ड मतलब है लिम्प्ड. लिम्प्ड मींस लंगड़ाना. Like when a person, देखना, a person who is very old, they usually have arthritis and they have, उनके घुटनों में दर्द होता है, उनके पैरों में दर्द होता है. They are not able to walk very freely, so they kind of limp and walk, and that is something they are used to over the years. उसे hobbling कहते हैं या limping कहते हैं. Is that clear? Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you all understand the concept of telling the beads of a rosary, mala japna? So basically the grandmother, 24 hours, all the time that she's awake, she is moving around the house, she's doing a lot of work, or all the time वो pray कर रही है. She's telling the beads of her rosary, और वो continuously pray किए जा रही है, वो भगवान का नाम लिए जा रही है. Her silver locks were scattered untidily over her pale, puckered face, and her lips constantly moved in inaudible prayer. So the grandmother would wear spotless white clothes. उनका सर का बाल was totally white in color, पूरा silver हो गया था, and वो थोड़ा सा untidy way में उनके चेहरे के ऊपर से आया करता था. She was so old, उनका चेहरा इतना wrinkled था कि उनका चेहरा kind of थोड़ा सा shrink कर गया था, थोड़ा सिकुड़ गया था. ये जो puckered face is basically because of wrinkles. तुम्हारा चेहरा का shape थोड़ा सा odd हो जाता है. It is kind of like have you all seen a kishmish raisin? Have you all seen a raisin?
Yes, ma'am.
A raisin is
Yes,
basically a dry grape. So grape अगर चेहरा जैसा हो तो imagine किसी का चेहरा रेजन जैसा हो गया है, मतलब ओवर टाइम वो श्रिंक कर गया है, वो काइंड ऑफ चेहरा थोड़ा सा अंदर चला गया है, उसे पकड़ कहते हैं. इज दिस क्लियर? ऑल ऑफ यू, इज दिस क्लियर? Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
प्लीज रेस्पॉन्ड किया करो. दिस इज नॉट अ क्लास जहां पे आई कैन सी योर फेसेस एंड अंडरस्टैंड कि तुम्हें समझ आ रहा है या नहीं आ रहा है. सो जितना हो सके थोड़ा सा रिस्पॉन्ड किया करो, ठीक है? ओके. Her silver locks were scattered untidily over her pale, puckered face, and her lips constantly moved in inaudible prayer. Yes, she was beautiful. She was like the winter landscape in the mountains, an expanse of pure white serenity, breathing peace and containment. ये बहुत important है, इसमें से short question आता है. What does the writer mean by these lines? She was like the winter. Okay, sorry. She was like the winter landscape in the mountains, an expanse of pure white serenity, breathing peace and contentment. The grandmother, remember, she is always dressed in white, spotless white. ठीक है? Plus उनका hair भी पूरा white है. And वो पूरा time क्या कर रही है? She's praying to God. So that makes her an extremely peaceful and happy person. When a person is totally devoted to God, देखना वो कभी दुख नहीं मनाता है किसी चीज का. The person is extremely happy. And the grandmother, she was that happy, she was peaceful, and as she was dressed from head to toe in white, she looked like the winter landscape in the mountains. If you ever go to the mountains, snow-clad mountains जो होता है, during winter, you'll see there is snow all around. Either snow हो रहा है या snow हो चुका है, and the entire area is just white in color. It will fill you with a lot of peace, with a lot of shanti, because white symbolizes calmness. It symbolizes peace, and you'll feel one with nature. In the same way, the grandmother has been described. She was an expanse of pure white serenity. Serenity का मतलब होता है calmness. क्या होता है? Calmness. So, the grandmother was like that winter landscape in the mountains. She was she was in a pure white clothing. उनका सर का बाल भी पूरा white है. And she is always very calm, quiet, and happy because she's always praying to God. Is this part clear? Is this comparison clear? ये simile clear है?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
All of you?
Have a repeat कर दो last line.
Okay, last line. मैं बोल रही थी कि the grandmother was always very quiet. Okay, क्षितिज, ऑडियो लो आ रहा है. तुम अपने तरफ से एक बार देखो, इफ यू कैन इंक्रीज द वॉल्यूम. तुम्हारा उस तरफ कोई वॉल्यूम का ऑप्शन है या नहीं? एंड देन सी अगर सब ठीक हो रहा है. बाकी सबको क्लियरली सुनाई दे रहा है?
Yes, ma'am.
Anybody else who is facing a problem other than Kshitij?
No, ma'am.
बाकी सब ठीक है? ओके. क्षितिज, अगर बहुत प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है, एक बार तुम जस्ट लीव करके वापस ज्वाइन करो, ठीक है? अगर प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है तो, क्योंकि बहुत टाइम ये होता है, नेटवर्क कनेक्शन के प्रॉब्लम के कारण होता है. ओ, इट्स फाइन नाउ, ठीक है. सो एज आई वाज सेइंग, she was dressed from head to toe in white, and she is always praying to God. She's moving around, माला जपते हुए, भगवान का नाम लेते हुए. She's always praying to God. That makes her an extremely peaceful and calm person. देखना, जो भगवान का नाम लेते रहते हैं, जो प्रे करते रहते हैं, वो कभी चिल्लाएंगे नहीं, गाली गलौज नहीं करेंगे, ठीक है, एटलीस्ट प्रे करते हुए तो नहीं करेंगे डेफिनेटली. सो द ग्रैंडमदर वाज ऑलवेज प्रेइंग. शी वाज ऑलवेज वेरी काम एंड वेरी पीसफुल. इट वाज एज इफ शी हैड फाउंड हैप्पीनेस. उनका हैप्पीनेस ही भगवान के पास था. So it has been described, she has been described, her peaceful demeanor, उनका exterior, उनका peaceful exterior को compare किया गया है to the mountain का winter landscape. You go to any mountain range जहाँ पे kind of it is snowing, the entire area is white in color. ठीक है, देखना, it will fill you with a lot of peace. Because that entire white expanse को देख के तुम भी शांत हो जाओगे and you will start marveling at the beauty of nature. And thus the grandmother को देख के भी same feeling आता था for Khushwant Singh. Is that clear, Adit?
Yes, ma'am.
And the others?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
My grandmother and I were good friends. My parents left me with her when they went to live in the city and we were constantly together. ये वाला part से we'll understand the different phases in the relationship dynamics between the grandmother and the grandchild. एकदम बचपन में जब पेरेंट्स दे डिसाइडेड कि वो शहर जाएंगे, उन्हें पैसे कमाने हैं, दे नीड टू मेक अ गुड लाइफ, सो दे लेफ्ट द ग्रैंडचाइल्ड विद द ग्रैंडमदर इन द विलेज, और वो चले गए. ठीक है, दैट वाज द टाइम ये दोनों हमेशा साथ रहते थे. दे वुड डू एवरीथिंग टुगेदर एंड दस दे वर एक्सट्रीमली क्लोज. ठीक है, सो व्हाट वर द थिंग्स दे यूज्ड टू डू टुगेदर? ये वाला पार्ट प्लीज मार्क कर लो. ये जो 2 पैराग्राफ है, माई ग्रैंडमदर से लेके नेक्स्ट पैराग्राफ का चपाटीज वी थ्रू टू देम. सबको दिख रहा है ये यहां तक?
Yes, ma'am.
सबको ये मार्क कर लो और लिख लो. द फर्स्ट
हम कौन सा पैराग्राफ?
वो जो पहला पैराग्राफ, माई ग्रैंडमदर एंड आई वर गुड फ्रेंड्स, वहां से लेके ईच अदर फॉर द चपाटीज वी थ्रू टू देम, उसके बाद वाला पैराग्राफ. ये दोनों पैराग्राफ को मार्क करके लिख लो. द फर्स्ट फेज इन देयर रिलेशनशिप. The first phase in their relationship. Has everybody written it down?
Yes, ma'am.
देखना, whenever you come across these kind of chapters जहाँ पे character sketch, वहाँ पे एक deterioration होता है. Relationship का deterioration हमेशा ऐसा होता है. If you have to graph it out, it will be something like this. There is a high point, ठीक है, जिसे हम climax कहते हैं, जहाँ पे उनका relationship सबसे अच्छा होता है, और फिर वो धीरे धीरे करके डिटीरियोरेट करते हुए there is a time it comes back to the zero. ठीक है, okay. Okay. My parents left me with her when they went to live in the city and we were constantly together. She used to wake me up in the morning and get me ready for school. She said her morning prayer in a monotonous sing-song way while she bathed and dressed me in the hope that I would listen and get to know it by heart. I listened because I loved her voice but never bothered to learn it. So they were extremely close in the beginning. The grandmother would get the child ready, उसे dress up करवाती थी, उसे नहलाते वक्त वो क्या करती थी? She was very religious और वो चाहती थी कि उसका grandson भी religious हो जाए. तो वो क्या करती थी? जितने भी prayers थे वो गा के grandson को सुनाया करती थी, ये सोच के कि वो जितना गाएगी उतना उसे याद रह जाएगा. लेकिन grandchild भी काफी सियाना है, वो सुनता था आवाज, उसे पसंद था, लेकिन वो कभी उसे याद रखने का कोशिश भी नहीं करता था. ठीक है, I listened because I loved her voice, but never bothered to learn it. Then she would fetch my wooden slate, which she had already washed and plastered with yellow chalk, a tiny earthen ink pot and red pen, tie them all in a bundle and hand it to me. After a breakfast of thick stale chapati with a little butter and sugar spread on it, we went to school. तो उनका every morning का same routine था for a few years. She would get him, she would let him get up. She would dress him up. उसे नहलाती थी, उसे गाना सुनाती थी, prayers सुनाती थी गाने के form में. फिर उसे ready करती थी. Then she would give him breakfast. Breakfast was usually of stale chapatis. You know what stale chapatis are? पुराने रात का, मतलब रात का चपातीस, ठीक है, बासी चपाती जिसे कहते हैं, थोड़ा सा बटर और चीनी के साथ. एंड शी वुड गेट हिज बुक्स एंड एवरीथिंग रेडी. गांव में उन लोग बुक्स नहीं यूज करते थे, वो स्लेट्स यूज करते थे. स्लेट के ऊपर, यू, आई थिंक मोस्ट ऑफ यू हैव यूज्ड स्लेट बचपन में.
यस मैम.
बस स्लेट के ऊपर,
यस मैम.
तुम लोग स्लेट के ऊपर डायरेक्टली तुम लोग चौक से लिखते थे. वहां अलग वे में किया जाता था. स्लेट के ऊपर चौक का एक मार्किंग होता था, ठीक है. चौक को प्लास्टर किया जाता था, येलो कलर के चौक को, और उसके ऊपर वो पेन एंड इंक से लिखते थे. फिर पेन एंड इंक से लिखने के बाद वो चौक को वॉश कर दिया जाता था. एंड देन द अदर डे, नेक्स्ट डे, वो वापस दे वुड वंस अगेन प्लास्टर चौक, ठीक है. दैट वाज बिफोर द कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ छोटे छोटे चौक केम, लाइक चौक के पीसेस आने के पहले का कॉन्सेप्ट है ये. एंड वंस दे वुड हैव देयर ब्रेकफास्ट, जितने भी चपाटीज बचते थे, they would carry it for the village dogs. The grandmother was extremely close to animals. She would first feed all the village dogs. Later on, शहर में she would feed all the sparrows. ठीक है? My grandmother always went to school with me because the school was attached to the temple. The priest taught us the alphabet and the morning prayer. गांव में देखना बहुत टाइम दे डोंट हैव लाइक दोस काइंड ऑफ प्रॉपर स्कूल्स नहीं होते हैं. मंदिर के साथ ही अटैच्ड एक स्कूल होता है, जहां मंदिर का जो पुजारी है वही बच्चों को सिखाता है, उन्हें अल्फाबेट सिखाता है, उन्हें प्रेयर सिखाता है. सो दिस इज व्हाट वाज द सेटअप ऑफ द स्कूल इन द विलेज. बाहर देयर वाज दिस गुरुकुल जैसा बना हुआ था, जहां पे प्रीस्ट बच्चों को पढ़ाता था, और अंदर टेम्पल के अंदर the grandmother, she would sit and read the scriptures. ठीक है? While the children sat in rows on either side of the veranda singing the alphabet or the prayer in a chorus, my grandmother sat inside reading the scriptures. When we had both finished, we would walk back together. दोनों का स्कूल खत्म हो जाता था, मंदिर का काम खत्म हो जाता था, उन लोग साथ में ही घर वापस आते थे. This time the village dogs would meet us at the temple. निर्भय और विवेक कोई नए स्टूडेंट्स है क्या तुम्हारे बैच के?
मैम सुप्रीम का है सर.
सुप्रीम के हैं?
Yes.
दोनों साथ में क्यों आ रहे हैं? लाइक इट्स ओनली वन. ठीक है. एंड दे आर कमिंग नाउ, जब क्लास खत्म होने वाला है. सो आफ्टर देयर वर्क वाज ओवर, स्कूल खत्म हो गया, टेम्पल का काम खत्म हो गया, दे वुड वॉक बैक, और जितने भी विलेज डॉग्स थे वो भी पीछे भागते भागते आते थे. दे वुड फाइट अमंग्स देमसेल्व्स बिकॉज दीज पीपल दे वुड थ्रो द फूड एट देम. ठीक है? तो खाते खाते वो भी भागते हुए आते थे. So this was the first phase of their relationship when they were extremely close to each other. उनका relationship थोड़ा बदल जाता है और फिर काफी बदल जाता है once they come to the city. Now, after a few years, once the parents were comfortably settled in the city, they called for them. So abhi the child, वो अभी now he'll be going to an English medium school. Problem with English medium school is the grandmother can't take the child with her. मतलब वो बच्चे को स्कूल नहीं ले जा सकती है क्योंकि अभी बस से वो जाएगा. And more importantly, as it's an English medium school, the grandmother, who is most probably she is not educated in English studies, she can't help the child with the studies. और इससे क्या हो रहा है, दोनों में थोड़ा सा डिफरेंस आ जाता है, because now the child and the grandmother can't spend all the time together. बच्चे का पढ़ाई आएगा, बच्चा कुछ खुद कर रहा है, with time दोनों में distance बढ़ते रहेगा. When my parents were comfortably settled in the city, they sent for us. That was a turning point in our friendship. Although we shared the same room, my grandmother no longer came to school with me. I used to go to an English school in a motor bus. There were no dogs in the streets, and she took to feeding sparrows in the courtyard of a city house. As the years rolled by, we saw less of each other. For some time, she continued to wake me up and get me ready for school. When I came back, she would ask me what the teacher had taught me. So the grandmother वो डेली उसे उठाया करती थी, पूछा करती थी आज स्कूल में क्या हुआ, क्या नहीं हुआ. And I think many of you still do that with your grandparents. They ask you कि स्कूल में क्या हुआ, क्या नहीं हुआ. Maybe they don't even understand तुम क्या बोल रहे हो, लेकिन they want to talk to you, they want to spend time with you. And this is the same thing that happened. Only he would tell her those English words and she wouldn't understand much of it. And she was quite unhappy also. I would tell her English words and little words of Western science and learning, the law of gravity, Archimedes' principle, the world being round, etc. This made her unhappy. Why do you think this made her unhappy? Anybody? Akshit?
मैम जो
हाँ बोलो.
मैम बिकॉज उनके जमाने के हिसाब से ये सब लर्निंग थिंग्स नहीं थे.
ठीक है. बेसिकली 2-3 फैक्टर्स थे. पहला फैक्टर, the grandmother can't help the grandchild anymore in the padhai. She doesn't know English, she can't help him. Second, she was unhappy कि ये सब चीजें वो क्यों पढ़ रहा है. He should be more interested in studying about the gods and about the scriptures and about prayers. और वो सब ये इंग्लिश मीडियम स्कूल्स में नहीं पढ़ा रहे थे. ठीक है. This made her unhappy. She could not help me with my lessons. She did not believe in the things they taught at the English school and was distressed that there was no teaching about God and the scriptures. One day I announced that we were being given music lessons. Abhi music is a topic जो अभी भी देखना बहुत सारे गांवों में people don't encourage their children to take up music as a hobby or something. Any idea why? Any idea why? म्यूजिक बहुत जगह क्यों एनकरेज नहीं किया जाता है? पुराने जमाने में यूजुअली होता था, अभी कम हो गया है.
मैम बिकॉज अभी भी इसका यूज है मैम इधर उधर जगह जगह. मैम
बेसिकली क्या होता है, म्यूजिक एक जमाने में कहा जाता था कि वो अच्छे घर के लोग म्यूजिक में इन्वॉल्व नहीं होते हैं. म्यूजिक वाज मेनली फॉर दोज डांसर्स एंड दोज बेगर्स एंड ऑल जो म्यूजिक के ऊपर डिपेंड करके दे वुड बेग फॉर फूड एंड ऑल. अच्छे घर के लोग कभी म्यूजिक में इन्वॉल्व नहीं होते हैं. दैट इज व्हाट इवन द ग्रैंडमदर हैड दिस काइंड ऑफ अ नोशन. One day I announced that we were being given music lessons. She was very disturbed. To her, music had lewd associations. Lewd, this word basically means something that is immoral or derogatory. इसका मीनिंग होगा immoral. मतलब अच्छे घर के लोग म्यूजिक नहीं सीखते हैं. ठीक है. It was the monopoly of harlots and beggars. Harlots are basically dancers and all, and beggars, and not meant for gentlefolk. Gentlefolk matlab अच्छे घर के लोग. She said nothing, but her silence meant disapproval. She rarely talked to me after that. The grandmother was very, very strict about her principles. लेकिन उन्होंने एक बार भी अपने grandchild को रोका नहीं. She was not happy with it कि उसका grandchild is going to learn music. She was quite sad about it. और लेकिन वो कुछ बोली नहीं, वो चुप हो गई. और उसके बाद से क्या हुआ, दोनों के बीच में बात और भी कम हो गया. They almost stopped talking to each other. Now this is where the deterioration reached its peak. और फिर इसके बाद वो और further deteriorate करते जाता है उनका relation. Did you all understand till this?
Yes, ma'am.
Is the
मैम
audio?
लास्ट लाइन बता दो.
हाँ बोलो आदित्य.
मैम लास्ट टू लाइन से एक बार बता दो दोबारा.
Basically,
मैम इट वाज मोनोपोली से बता दो.
it was the monopoly. Okay. Basically, the grandmother के हिसाब से music had very derogatory या immoral associations. Usually dancers, वो सब होते हैं ना जो dancers होते हैं, dancers, not the proper जो professional dancers and all, वो सब जो गाँव में dance करते हैं and all, the dancers, prostitutes and beggars, they were the ones जो music में involved रहते थे. अच्छे घर के लोग म्यूजिक नहीं सीखते थे. They wouldn't learn how to dance and all. And this was there in her mind. Remember, this chapter is being written before partition. ठीक है? So she wasn't happy about it, but she did not say anything to her grandchild. वो चुप हो गई. उसे पसंद नहीं था कि वो गाना सीख रहा है, वो गाना बजाना या इंस्ट्रूमेंट सीख रहा है. She was angry about it, but she did not say anything. She kind of expressed her disapproval through her silence. लेकिन इससे क्या हुआ? The grandchild and grandmother में थोड़ा सा difference हो गया. They both almost stopped talking to each other. बात करते थे, लेकिन जितना जरूरत होता है उससे ज्यादा बात नहीं करते थे. इससे उनका relationship और deteriorate हो गया. Is this clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. When I went up to the university, I was given a room of my own. अब तक they both shared a single room. तो अगर तुम किसी के साथ रूम शेयर कर रहे हो, like with a younger brother or a sister, देखना तुम अगर उससे लड़ाई भी किए हो, if you're having a fight with your brother or sister, लेकिन if you're living in the same room, you end up talking. Isn't it true? Maybe
Yes,
फट से
ma'am.
नहीं, लेकिन you end up talking. But if you're living in
Yes, ma'am.
different rooms, अगर तुम अलग रूम में हो, तो you don't have that opportunity to talk. तो तुम्हारा गुस्सा या तुम्हारा नहीं बात करना और prolong हो सकता है. तो अब तक they were sharing a room, but now that he has become old enough, वो university जा रहा है. He was a student of I think Delhi University. So he started going to the university and everything. His parents wanted him to have his privacy, so they gave him a room on his own, room of his own. इससे क्या हुआ? जो एक common link था between the grandchild and the grandmother, that they were in the same room, वो भी चला गया. And the grandmother, she realized कि उनके भाग्य में अकेलापन ही है, and she accepted it gracefully. Look at this line. My grandmother accepted her seclusion with resignation. इस लाइन का मतलब है the grandmother accepted her isolation, her fate कि she has to be alone. She accepted it gracefully. उसने कुछ नहीं बोला. She did not cry. She did not say anything कि why are you giving him a room? I want to be with him. I want to spend time with my grandson as much as possible. वो चुपचाप उसे मान ली. She accepted it as if this is her destiny. Is this section clear for everybody?
Yes.
Okay. She rarely left her spinning wheel to talk to anyone. हाँ श्याम बोलो.
Ma'am, seclusion means?
Seclusion means isolation, अकेला रहना, alone रहना. ठीक है?
Okay. Yes.
She rarely left her spinning wheel to talk to anyone. So now the grandmother, she took up a new hobby of spinning wheel. ठीक है? वो spin करती थी, as in वो कपड़े वपड़े कुछ बनाती थी. वो मे बी कॉटन का स्पिन करना, उस टाइप के व्हील्स हुआ करते थे तभी. From sunrise to sunset, she sat by her spinning wheel and reciting prayers. So now, entire time, she stopped almost talking to everybody else. Most of the time, she is either on her spinning wheel or she's praying to God. Only in the afternoon, She relaxed for a while to feed the sparrows. While she sat in the veranda breaking the bed into little bits. Okay, क्षितिज कौन सा थर्ड लाइन कौन सा बोल रहे हो बताओ? She rarely left. Basically, now that she has realized that she will be kind of like forever alone, her children, as in her son and daughter-in-law, वो अपने लाइफ में बिजी है. उनका ग्रैंडसन जिसके साथ वो सबसे ज्यादा क्लोज थी वो भी अपने लाइफ में बिजी हो गया है. ही इज गोइंग टू द यूनिवर्सिटी, ही हैज हिज ओन रूम नाउ. शी आल्सो स्टॉप्ड indulging herself with the others. वो क्या की, वो अपने रूम में she took up a new hobby. The hobby was using her spinning wheel, and entire day she wouldn't do anything other than spinning her wheel and reciting prayers. उनका entire day में वो बाहर निकलती नहीं थी, लोगों से कम बात करती थी, because nobody has time for her. So she is more indulged in her prayers. So this was her major part of the day. बस वो दोपहर का एक टाइम होता था, आधा घंटे के लिए, एक घंटे के लिए, कि वो बाहर आफ्टरनून के टाइम she would go to the veranda and she would feed the sparrows, because she had become extremely close with these sparrows. Earlier in the village she was close to the dogs, now she is close to these sparrows, because ये sparrows उसे judge नहीं कर रहे हैं, उससे बात कर रहे हैं, and she is kind of having a very very maternal instinct towards the sparrows. Entire half an hour, 1 hour, she would sit in the veranda. उनके लिए ब्रेड के टुकड़े छोटे 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 टुकड़ों में उसे तोड़ती थी, and she would throw it around, she would scatter it around. ठीक है? And hundreds of sparrows would be coming there. Hundreds of sparrows पूरा veranda cover कर देते थे, and they would be sitting there with her. Some would sit on her shoulder, कुछ उनके पैरों में बैठते थे, कुछ उनके सर पे भी बैठते थे. वो कभी किसी को भगाया नहीं करती थी, and सबको एक साथ मिलके chirp करते थे. You know chirp? What is a chirp?
गुर्राना.
Basically sparrows का जो आवाज जो लोग निकालते हैं, chirping या chirruping कहते हैं. ठीक है? Like look at the lines used. On the afternoon, she relaxed for a while to feed the sparrows. While she sat in the veranda, breaking the bread into little bits, hundreds of little birds collected round her, creating a veritable bedlam of chirrupings. इसे underline कर लो और लिखो. A genuine chaos or confusion of chirrupings. Basically क्या है मैं समझा रही हूँ. इतने सारे birds, hundreds of birds would come and sit with her, and all these birds वो चुप नहीं है, सब
मैम
कुछ.
क्या लिखना है?
मैम क्या रिपीटेबल?
हाँ लिखो वेरिटेबल के ऊपर, वेरिटेबल का मतलब लिखो genuine, genuine. bedlam का मतलब लिखो confusion और chaos. A genuine confusion or chaos.
मैम chirping का मतलब क्या है?
चिरपिंग्स मतलब उनका जो आवाज है ना, चर्पिंग, उसे चिरपिंग्स कहते हैं. This is an onomatopoeia. You all know what an onomatopoeia is?
क्या?
Onomatopoeia. ये वर्ड सुने हो पहले, hopefully all of you.
Yes मैम.
Onomatopoeia. This word basically means it's a figure of speech. Poems में मैं पढ़ा रही थी figure of speech. This is a figure of speech जहां कोई आवाज को डिनोट किया जा रहा है. जब भी कोई आवाज के लिए तुम वर्ड लिख रहे हो उसे हम onomatopoeia कहते हैं. It's a type of imagery. The major ये सब category, this is a subcategory in the major category called imagery. Imagery क्या होता है? कोई चीज जो तुम देख पा रहे हो, you can imagine, उसे हम इमेजरी कहते हैं, और अगर वो साउंड रिलेटेड है उसे हम ओनोमेटोपोइया कहते हैं. इज दैट क्लियर? जैसे रसल ऑफ लीव्स. रसल क्या है एग्जैक्टली? तुम अगर लीव्स, ड्राई लीव्स के ऊपर से चलोगे, देखना उसमें एक आवाज होगा, या लीव्स ऐसे गिर रहे हैं, देयर इज अ स्लाइट साउंड इन द लीव्स, उसे कहते हैं रसल. दिस वर्ड रसल इज द ओनोमेटोपोइया. या रिंगिंग ऑफ बेल्स. बेल्स का आवाज क्या है? वो रिंग करते हैं, इसलिए रिंग इज एन ओनोमेटोपोइया. इसमें चिरपिंग्स इज एन ओनोमेटोपोइया. ठीक है, ये सबका क्लियर है व्हाट इज एन ओनोमेटोपोइया? आई थिंक
मैम
90%.
आप इमेजरी का मतलब दोबारा बता दो, जो आपने भी बताया था इमेजरी का.
इमेजरी मतलब समथिंग जो देख के, लाइक जो जिसके बारे में पढ़ के यू कैन इमेजिन अ पिक्चर. इफ समबडी सेज लाइक, हम लोग इसी चैप्टर में बाद में पढ़ेंगे, द एंटायर वेरांडा वाज ablaze. There was this golden yellow light from the sun. There was this golden yellow color from the sunlight. इसे हम क्या कहेंगे? तुम जब ये पढ़ रहे हो, तुम काइंड ऑफ अपने दिमाग में इमेजिन कर सकते हो, शाम का वक्त है, सन रेज, अभी सन सेट करने वाला है, उसके जस्ट पहले, सेट करने के पहले देखना सन सबसे ज्यादा शाइन करता है, एंड दैट इज द टाइम जो जब सनरेज तुम्हारे घर के अंदर एंटर करता है, इट हैज दैट गोल्डन येलो कलर. सो व्हेन यू रीड दैट पर्टिकुलर पार्ट, तुम अपने दिमाग में इमेजिन कर पा रहे हो एक वरांडा जहां पे सनलाइट इज गोल्डन येलो कलर. वो इमेजिनेशन जिस पार्ट का है उसे हम इमेजरी कहते हैं. यूजुअली इमेजरी ड्रॉज अप अ पिक्चर इन योर माइंड. यूजुअली इमेजरी हम कलर बेस्ड इमेजरी कहते हैं, और भी इमेजरी होता है बट मेनली इट्स कलर बेस्ड इमेजरी. ठीक है, आदित्य समझ आया?
यस मैम.
और भी इमेजरीज बहुत टाइप के होते हैं. लाइक इफ somebody is drawing a picture for you like of a meadow, like imagine कोई पोएम लिखा हुआ है where you can see where the poet is telling about a meadow which is green in color with purple and pink color, like there's purple and pink flowers all over. तुम अपना आंख बंद करो, तुम इमेजिन कर पाओगे एक ग्रीन कलर का फील्ड जिसमें पर्पल एंड पिंक कलर के फ्लावर्स है. सो ये जो पर्पल, पिंक एंड ग्रीन का जो लिखा हुआ था जिस भी लाइन में, उसे हम इमेजरी कहेंगे. इट्स अ फिगर ऑफ स्पीच. इज दैट क्लियर?
मैम जो प्रपोजल चैप्टर था मैम लास्ट 10th क्लास में,
कौन सा बोलो?
मैम प्रपोजल चैप्टर.
हाँ, प्रपोजल.
मैम उसमें फिर जैसे ऑक्सन मीडोज है मैम, ये इमेजरी की तरह यूज करा गया था. ऑक्सन मीडोज,
ऑक्सन मेडोज को इमेजरी हम नहीं कहेंगे, बिकॉज तुम वहां पे तुम वहां पे तुम्हारा बेसिकली वो इमेज क्या आ रहा है ऑक्सन मेडोज के लिए? तुम ऑक्सन मेडोज के बारे में पढ़े क्या थे? यू बेसिकली गॉट टू नो दैट बोथ ऑफ देम आर फाइटिंग फॉर द ऑक्सन मेडोज, बट वाज द ऑक्सन मेडो डिस्क्राइब्ड?
मैम belongings was described about them.
उल्टा उसी चैप्टर में, प्रपोजल में, याद है लोमॉफ का एक डॉग का मेंशन था.
मैम
स्क्वीजर का डिस्क्रिप्शन था.
यस मैम.
where it was like उसका बाल कैसा था and everything. That is basically you can call that an imagery, because उसमें you can, if you just read that, तुम्हारे दिमाग में स्क्वीजर का एक पिक्चर आ जाएगा कि स्क्वीजर किस टाइप का डॉग है. That will be an imagery. ठीक है? Okay. Don't worry, तुम्हारा अगले साल you have a chapter जिसमें you have a poem जिसमें 23 imageries है. वो एक पोएम में you will be studying at least 60 figures of speech. ठीक है? So all the best for that. So as I was saying, so all these hundreds of little birds, ये grandmother के आसपास बैठ के what were they doing? They were खुशी से they were chirping. They were literally, it was as if they were talking to the grandmother. They were literally talking to the grandmother. They all were chirping. ठीक है, कोई उनके सर पे बैठा हुआ है, कोई उनके shoulders पे बैठा हुआ है, and it was as if even she was talking to them. There was this total chaos and confusion. सब bird एक साथ बात करने का try कर रहे हैं. All of them are talking together, and that's why it is called a veritable bedlam of chirrupings. That means there was a genuine confusion because of the chirpings. ठीक है? And that was supposed to be the happiest half hour of the day for her. So you can understand relationship कितना deteriorate कर गया है कि now the grandmother के लिए happiest hour is the time she's spending with the birds, not with the grandchild or the family. Can you understand this section, all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
So this is the sad section that we can see. This is the phase 3 in their relationship. Phase 4 हम लोग अगले क्लास पढ़ेंगे. Phase 4 से और थोड़ा deterioration आएगा, क्योंकि phase 4 में, phase 3 में क्या हुआ? He went to the university. He was given his own room. Phase 4 में Kushwant Singh will go abroad. He'll go abroad, and जिसके लिए 5 साल तक the grandmother and the grandchild, they will not be able to see each other. बोलो आदित्य, कुछ बोलना है?
मैम फिर 2 क्या था?
क्या है बोलो?
फेज 2.
Phase 2 था when
मैम
हाँ, phase 1 था when they were in the village. Phase 2 था when they first came to the when they first came to the city. वो English medium school जाने लगा, and he started taking up music lessons. That was phase 2. Phase 3 was in the university. ये वाला paragraph. And phase 4 होगा इसके बाद वाला paragraph, when he goes abroad for further studies. ठीक है?
ओके मैम.
अगले क्लास क्षितिज, तुम्हारे पास 2 साल पुराना बुक है, मुझे पहले बताओ तो. एक सेकंड. दिस चैप्टर अभी तो मैं इतना तक ही रख रही हूँ. आई एम नॉट कंप्लीटिंग द चैप्टर एनी मोर, बिकॉज इसके बाद से विल बी कंप्लीटिंग इन नेक्स्ट क्लास. क्षितिज, तुम्हारा डाउट मैं पहले सॉल्व कर दूं. कैन यू सी दीज चैप्टर्स? अपने बुक का कंटेंट देखो, एंड देखो तुम्हारे पास यही चैप्टर्स है या नहीं. आई थिंक यही चैप्टर्स होंगे, बिकॉज प्रॉब्लम है कि तुम्हारे 11 एंड 12 का सिलेबस हल्का सा चेंज हुआ है, लेकिन तुम्हारा बुक्स फॉर द पास्ट 10 years सेम रहा है. 10-12 साल से सेम ही
मैम
बुक
ये
है.
जो चाइल्डहुड चैप्टर है.
हाँ, क्या बोल रहे हो?
मैम
हाँ बोलो.
मैम ये जो चाइल्डहुड चैप्टर है मैम, ये वही जो 9th क्लास में मैम वही है.
नहीं,
Childhood.
चाइल्डहुड इज अ पोएम. ये 9th वाला नहीं है. नाइन्थ पे तुम लोग चाइल्डहुड कहाँ पढ़े थे?
मैम एक था चैप्टर में माय चाइल्डहुड, मैम एपीजे अब्दुल कलाम का था.
वो हाँ, वो
ढाई का.
अब्दुल कलाम का माय चाइल्डहुड था. नहीं, ये डिफरेंट है. दिस इज चाइल्डहुड इज अ पोएम. ठीक है?
Okay.
So there are basically 5 poems in this particular book. All the ones जो italics में लिखा हुआ है वो सब poems है. ठीक है? जो मैं बोल रही थी, I will be completing this chapter. We are halfway through the chapter. थोड़ा सा और बाकी है, वो कंप्लीट करके we'll go off into some other chapter or poem. ठीक है? अब मुझे बताओ, अब तक जो पढ़े हो उसमें कोई डाउट है? अब तक जो भी पढ़े हो उसमें कोई डाउट है? Anybody? Anybody who has any doubt? Harsh and Nirbhay and Vivek, तुम लोग क्लास ज्वाइन किए हो 4:13 को. Can I ask why?
मैम लिंक नहीं मिला.
लिंक नहीं मिला था? तुम वो ग्रुप में नहीं हो क्या?
मैम अभी थोड़ा देर पहले।
बाकियों को भी देख लो, इफ देयर इज इफ somebody is not in that group जो इंग्लिश का ग्रुप बना है, प्लीज ज्वाइन, प्लीज ऐड करवा लो सबको, ठीक है? ओके, सो एवरीबडी अंडरस्टूड? यशस्विनी, रिद्धि, राहुल?
Yes.
Okay, so I am just stopping the class now, ठीक है?
थैंक यू मैम।
अगर कोई डाउट रहा तो प्लीज ग्रुप में पूछ लेना, एंड ये आई हैव रिकॉर्डेड दिस एंटायर सेशन, so if anybody requires the recording, just ping me, message me, and I'll be making the recording accessible, ठीक है? Okay, ठीक है, thank you everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
थैंक यू।